Hi students, today we are starting qualitative and quantitative inheritance. Let us start with qualitative. These are classical Mendelian traits which have two contrasting characteristics and which are controlled by a single pair of genes such as tall or dwarf. The presence of one or both dominant characteristic produced by same phenotype, so the qualitative characters are controlled by single pair of genes and it is called monohybrid trait or qualitative inheritance. As we know, in monohybrid trait only single characteristic is utilized. Now quantitative, the characters like height, weight, intelligence, color, etc. in human population exhibit continuous variation. Expression of these type of characteristic is determined by number of gene pair and all the gene pairs have cumulative effect. Cumulative effect means each gene has a certain amount of effect, and if more the numbers of dominating genes, more is the degree of expression of characteristic, which is known as the quantitative inheritance. It is also known as multiple factor inheritance or polygenic inheritance. The genes associated in cumulative manner are known as cumulative factor or polygenes. Now we will compare qualitative and quantitative. In qualitative, you can see healthy plant, 3 healthy plant and 1 infected plant, and here genomic position will be in this manner, as you can see. Just see how it is. When we are talking about the quantitative, here you can see disease severity is more. It is known as the quantity and it is known as quality, and here genomic position will be in this manner. You can understand between both of them difference. Here genomic position in this manner, here genomic position in this manner. Now epistatic or inhibiting genes. In epistatic, two pairs of non-allelic genes present at different gene loci interact, suppress or mask the expression of other gene. The gene that masks the effect of recessive gene is called epistatic gene, and the gene which fails to produce its effect is known as hypostatic gene. We'll see here P1 generation. Suppose brown dog, its genomic constitution small b, small I, and white dog capital B, capital I, they both are crossed, and in F1 generation gamete will be capital B, capital I, small I, and these 4 type of gametes will be formed the way they were made in the dihybrid cross. Capital B, capital I, capital B, small I, small b, capital I, small b, small I. Similarly, here also same. Exactly it is like that, the way we saw in the dihybrid cross. Here gametes of male, gametes of female, both are crossed and new generation formed. And in this new generation, result was 12, 3, 1, means as you can see in the table, 12 were white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 black. 3 black means 1, 2 and 3, and 1 is brown. So in F1 generation, resulting was with 12 white dogs, 3 black dogs and 1 brown dog. and it was their coat color means skin color which is showing the dominant epistasis. Now second example, you can see here white leghorn and white polymoth rock when they both were crossed. Here you see gamete, capital A, this is parent, capital A, capital B, and small a, small b, resulting offspring was capital A, capital B, small b. They both were crossed. It is also dihybrid cross, but result is different. As you can see, 9, 3, 3, 1 means 9 white, 3 colored, 3 white and 1 white. Again, but this white, these 3 white, this genomic constitution will be different. As you can see here recessive should be there, but dominant heterozygous condition or homozygous condition, anything can be there, but recessive condition is required. And here white, it is total recessive. So there is the difference between this white and this white. So total genomic constitution was 9331. Today whatever I have taught you, I am sending you its PDF. Thank you.